The moment the wedding hall filled with applause, one silence cut deeper than all the noise combined. At the far edge of the sunlit garden venue, beneath white canopies glowing in the daytime light, the CEO's daughter sat motionless in her wheelchair, her hands resting quietly in her lap, her eyes following the celebration like someone watching life through glass. People walked past her in expensive dresses and polished shoes, offering polite smiles to powerful executives, but never stopping for the girl who could not stand dance or speak loudly enough to be noticed. It was in that painful contrast between celebration and quiet neglect that everything began to change. Before the story goes further, take a moment. If you believe kindness still matters, if you believe people deserve second chances and unseen hearts deserve to be recognized, please like this video, comment your thoughts, share it with someone who needs hope, and subscribe to the channel Touch of Kindness. Your support keeps stories like this alive. The bride and groom were being congratulated near the floral arch, cameras flashing in the bright afternoon sun. Guests laughed, champagne glasses clinked, and the CEO Marcus Hale stood tall, shaking hands and smiling with practiced confidence. Every few moments, his eyes drifted toward his daughter Alina, seated alone under the open sky. Since the accident 2 years ago, she had been paralyzed from the waist down, and the world that once admired her bright smile now seemed unsure how to approach her. Marcus had built companies, negotiated billion-dollar deals, and commanded rooms full of powerful people, but none of that could protect his child from being quietly ignored. Alina had been excited about the wedding. She had chosen her dress carefully, a soft pastel blue that shimmered gently in the daylight, hoping someone might notice how beautiful she still felt. But as hours passed, the attention never came. Children stared briefly before being pulled away. Adults avoided eye contact, unsure of what to say. The music played, people danced, and Alina remained still, her excitement slowly dissolving into something heavier. Her struggle was not just physical. It was the quiet heartbreak of feeling invisible in a world that kept moving without her. Across the lawn, a single father named Jonah Reed adjusted the collar of his young son's shirt. Jonah had come to the wedding as a catering assistant, helping serve tables to earn extra money after losing his wife years earlier. Life had taught him to notice small details, the things others missed. He noticed Alina not because of her wheelchair, but because of her stillness amid all the motion. He saw how the sunlight caught in her hair, how her eyes followed the dancers, how her hands tightened slightly whenever laughter rose nearby. Jonah's own life had been a long series of quiet battles. Raising a child alone, working long hours, and carrying grief had shaped him into someone who understood pain without words. When he finished serving his section, instead of rushing back to the kitchen, he walked toward Alina, guided by nothing but instinct and empathy. People noticed him only as a server at first, someone insignificant in the hierarchy of the event. He did next shifted the entire atmosphere. Jonah wheeled a nearby chair closer and sat beside her, not as a favor, not as charity, but as presence. He placed his son's drawing pad on Alina's lap, something his child used to communicate feelings when words were hard. The simple act drew attention. Guests slowed. Some turned. Hale noticed and felt his chest tighten, unsure whether to intervene or hope. Alina's face changed first. The guarded sadness softened, replaced by surprise, then warmth. For the first time that day, someone had chosen her, not out of obligation, but out of genuine human connection. What followed was subtle yet powerful. Other guests began to approach, curiosity melting into courage. A woman complimented Alina's dress. A child asked about the drawing. Laughter returned, not loud and overwhelming, but gentle and shared. The wedding, divided between spotlight and shadows, felt whole again. Marcus finally walked over, his powerful composure cracking as he saw his daughter surrounded, included, alive in the moment. In Jonah, he saw something no boardroom had ever shown him, the quiet power of kindness without status. As the afternoon sun dipped slightly, casting golden light across the garden, Alina looked content, no longer watching life pass by, but being part of it. Jonah returned to his duties unnoticed by most, unforgettable to those who mattered. One small choice had rewritten an entire day. If this story touched your heart, if it reminded you that small acts can create big change, please engage with this video. Your likes, shares, and comments help spread kindness further than you know. Before the ending, we have a special request. Please comment one word that represents what this story made you feel. The wedding ended as weddings do, with music fading and guests departing, but something deeper remained. Bright clarity of daytime, a paralyzed girl was seen, a powerful man was humbled, and a single father proved that sometimes the greatest impact comes from those the world barely notices.